Hi, I'm Deb from Skein Sisters. Did you see my video the other day where I was showing my Gr8 Gingham Raglan top and how I don't like the neck? So I thought that I would show you when I'm halfway, where I've started the short rows at the back. So it's too high, they haven't got any short rows in the pattern and it just doesn't suit me. So what I thought I would do was add some short rows into the back of the ribbing at the neck. And I think it's working. I've tried a couple of little things. I'm working out how many stitches I need to go each time. So I'll just talk you through all of the changes that I've done. So first off, I stopped the, I frogged back my jumper, 2 whole row, lots of repeats. So one like that and one like that, down to this point here. And then I've done 1 row of knit where I've actually decreased about 20 stitches all the way around. And you need to do that when you're going into ribbing often. It stops the ribbing curling, and you usually do it too at the bottom. So down here, you've got your ribbing, it might be on say a 3.5 millimeter needle. Then when you've come to that first, when you're going into the body, you then need to increase. So you'll often see that in patterns. And it's mainly because when you're doing ribbing, the yarn has to go like this to do the knits and the pearls. And if you're just doing stocking stitch, it's going straighter like that. So it's a way of actually stopping it from flipping up. So that was the first thing that I did, was I decreased those 20 stitches all the way around. And then I had to move my stitch marker to find my center back, because it was over here at that point. I'm not quite sure why, it doesn't really matter. But it's very easy to find that because each of these squares is 5 stitches. So we just count in and then we've got our center right there. It's not exact because it's a group of 5, isn't it? So, 1 stitch here nor there doesn't really matter. And at that point, when I got to there, I decided I was going to have about, I think 36 stitches at this point here across the back. So from my center back, I knitted 18, and then I wrapped and turned and came back again and knitted 18 that way, wrap and turn and come back. Now, when I got to my wrap and turn again all the way over here, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that, I knitted the wrap and turn stitch and I did not pick up the wrap. Oh my God. You can actually see it just right there. And what I did that on a knit stitch, but I'll do it on a purl stitch next time, just because I'm kind of doing it as I go and working out things as I go. When I pick up my wraps with, particularly on the purl side, I get holes there. And I've tried all sorts of different ways of picking it up and I just really don't know how to fix it. So I think it's probably because I'm a little bit looser in my gauge, in my tension. So I would prefer to have that tiny little bar there than a hole. And especially when I do it on a purl stitch, it's really not going to notice it whatsoever. So I knitted that one that I wrapped, and then 9 more. Okay, so that's actually where I'm up to right now. So that's that stitch there and then I wrap and turn again and come all the way back up to here, wrap and turn, and then that's where I'm up to right now. I'm going to do those altogether 8 rows. So it's that center bit and then 30 or 3 lots of 10 on either side. And that will actually bring me all the way around to about here. And then so that's my front raglan sleeve. And then from that point, I'll just start going round and round and round. So there will be, in effect, 8 extra rows in the back neck, which is just going to raise it a little bit and give me much better shaping. So I'll just get to this point here and show you about all the wraps and turns. So I'm doing a twisted rib, which means on the knit stitches, I'm knitting through the back loop. Sorry, I was just going a bit fast, wasn't I?
Always fast.
I know. To do a twisted rib flat is a little bit unusual too, so I'll show you that when I come back. It's a bit hot today, isn't it, Jane?
Hotter than you think.
Yeah.
What made you do wrap and turn rather than German short rows. Or...
I get holes with German short rows as well. I know, I don't know what it is that I'm doing. I've watched so many videos myself.
Have you tried shadow wraps?
Is that the one that Coco Knits does? Do you know?
I think so.
I have tried that. I think that's better. Yeah. Okay, so see, this is my stitch here that I wrapped. There's my little wrap there, just there. So it's a knit stitch. We won't do that again because we've worked out we need to do it on a purl. So I just knitted that just like normal. And then we're going to continue to do, so that was the wrap, and then 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? And I'll do it there because then I've got it on my my purl stitch. So what you do is you bring your yarn forward, you slide it onto the right hand needle, you take your yarn back again, slide it back onto your left needle, and then turn, and there we go. We've got, that's our wrap stitch, and then we're back into the ribbing. Now this one is a purl stitch. On the front, it's our knit stitch, which is the twisted one. So what we have to actually do is purl into the back of the stitch. And then a knit, and then purl into the back. So that's the tricky thing too, with just making sure you get your twisted rib actually twisting when you're knitting flat rather than knitting in the round. And off we go. So we just then continue all the way across to the other side. Again, knit our wrap stitch, and then 9 or 10 more, depending on whether it's a purl or a knit, and do that. So I'm going to go home. I've got some play dates happening for my little boy, so I don't have to do anything. Hooray! I can just sit and knit.